Good morning, students. Today we'll be starting with the revision of chapter adjectives and comparison of adjectives. So, what are adjectives? Adjectives is a describing word. An adjective is a describing word. It describes people or things. And what do we use for people and things? We use nouns. So, adjectives describe nouns. Now, adjectives tell you such things as size, age, color, material, or quality. For example, this is a bird. It's a tiny bird. So a bird is a noun, tiny is the adjective. Same way here, this is a novel, but it is a very boring novel. So novel is a noun and boring is the adjective used for novel. Now what are the various uses of adjectives? You can use two or more adjectives in a series. For example, the weather is calm, sunny and warm. Now we can also say the weather is calm, full stop. The weather is sunny or the weather is warm. But when we are using more than one adjectives to explain the same, to describe the same noun, we use it all together. The weather is calm, sunny and warm. The second use of adjectives is you can use adjectives as a noun. The wealthy should give money to the poor. Here, wealthy, if taken individually, wealthy is an adjective, same poor is an adjective. But when you use it in a sentence like this, here wealthy stands for wealthy people and poor stands for poor people. So we can say that the wealthy, so we can say that here the word wealthy, the adjective wealthy has been used for wealthy people and poor has been used for poor people. So instead of saying the wealthy people should give money to the poor people, we are just saying the wealthy should give money to the poor. Next is many adjectives can be used as comparisons. Now we'll be studying comparison of adjectives later on, but you all know that the adjectives can be used to compare more than one nouns. For example, if there are two subjects, for example, geography and history, geography is more interesting than history. So geography and history are two nouns, and we are using the adjective interesting, a more the second form of the word interesting for geography and history, for comparing geography and history. This is the finest restaurant in town. So restaurant is a noun and we are using the superlative form, which is the finest. Fine is the base form adjective. Now next, some adjectives can be frequently linked to a customary preposition. Now what happens is, customary prepositions are certain prepositions which are always linked to an adjective, or where an adjective is always linked to a preposition. Basically, when we say full of or keen on, so these adjectives and prepositions, they are together a phrase. Together they form a different meaning. So that is a customary preposition, that always there will be an adjective and a preposition together. In some cases, like full of, keen of, in between, and all those kind of adjectives, customary prepositions. Next is, adjectives can introduce to infinitive. So an infinitive, as you all know, and we'll be studying in the further chapters, that an infinitive is a non-finite verb, which we'll be studying later definitely. But adjectives can be used to introduce a to infinitive. For example, Frank is always eager to please. So please is a non-finite verb. So I'll give you a gist of what are non-finite verbs just in one simple sentence. Non-finite verbs are those verbs which do not show any which have no limitation, so there is no action. Now you might confuse it with stative verbs, but stative verbs are simply the mental and psychological state of mind. And so basically, pleasing is not a psychological state of mind, but it is a non-finite verb. The person is not shown doing any action, so it's a non-finite verb. So an adjective is always put behind a to infinitive, which is behind a non-finite verb which uses to. Eager to please, afraid to mention. Now next is, how do we form adjectives? Yes. So first one is, many common adjectives do not have a unique adjectival ending at all. For example, like a good, bad, kind, narrow, fast, fat, thin. So all these are adjectives without any kind of an ending to it. But there are certain adjectives which require an ending. So there are certain words basically which require an ending, which require a suffix to make them an adjective. So we, like for example, the word dirt. Dirt is a noun, like there's dirt on the road. So fun is a noun, anger is a noun, sleep is a noun. Sleep is a noun, yes. So now here when you add the word y, it becomes dirty. Dirty is an adjective. So the same way, for dirt it's dirty, for fun it's funny, for angry, it's angry, it's an angry child, for sleep it's sleepy children. So basically we can form adjectives by adding y to a noun. So in the similar manner, there are many ways where you can make an adjective from a noun. For example, the second one here is where you add full to a noun. So here, so basically a care is a noun and careful is an adjective. Grace is a noun, graceful is an adjective. Now if you want, you can learn these steps where it's told in much detail. You can learn them from the book, but it's not required as such, because this is something which you form by practicing and not cramming it up. So yes. Next way of forming an adjective is adding ly to a noun or an adjective. For example, cost being a noun, a costly is an adjective. A diamond is a costly item. Day is a noun, daily is an adjective. So you add ly to a noun or an adjective. Okay, note this one, that you can add suffix ly to an adjective to form adverbs. For example, the sun is bright today, sun is shining brightly today. Adverbs are the words that describe a verb, yes. So bright is an adjective which is defining the noun sun, but here brightly is an adverb which is describing the verb shining. So yes, and notice that the y in day changes to I before daily. So yes, these are certain small changes which you need to keep in mind. Our teacher is a very kind person. Kind is an adjective. How is our teacher? Our teacher is very kind. Our teacher treats us very kindly. So here treats is the verb and kindly is the adverb required to describe treat, which is a verb. Yes, this is especially so with time adjectives such as yearly. The teacher gives me a monthly examination. The doctor examines me monthly. This is a weekly magazine. The magazine is published weekly. So the next topic that we have are the position of adjectives in a sentence. So in total there are 5 positions. We'll be starting with the first one, the attributive position. Now when an adjective comes before the noun that it describes or qualifies, it is said to be in the attributive position. Now attribute means quality. So when an adjective defines the quality of a noun, it is said to be in an attributive position. So for example, the sentence given here, my wealthy friends rent a spacious building. Now my friends, now being wealthy is one of their qualities. Rent a spacious building. Spacious is a quality of building. So basically wealthy and spacious are attributes of the noun friends and buildings respectively. So that's why these are known as attributive positions. If there is an article or a determiner as well as an adjective, the adjective comes between the article or the determiner and the noun. Now determiners are also something that we will study later, but just a gist. So determiners are something that introduces a noun. So adjectives, they describe a noun and determiners introduce a noun. For example, article is one of the determiners, a and the. A boy, the sun. So that way articles also introduce a noun. And then there are demonstratives like this, that, these, and those. There are possessives, my, yours, him, etc., etc. So these were basically determiners here. Determiners are the words that introduces a noun. So if there's an article or a determiner as well as an adjective, the adjectives comes between the article or the determiner. For example, this is a possessive determiner, our. Our noisy neighbors. We never say noisy our neighbors, right? Our noisy neighbors. So determiner, adjective, noun. A wise solution. Wise is an adjective or is an article. So a wise solution. The foolish person. Now next point to notice, some adjectives are made up of more than one word. They are called adjectival phrases. In the attributive position, they frequently appear with hyphens for clarity. Now, definitely there are some adjectives which are formed by more than one words. For example, a 4-year-old child. Now here, 4 and year, like if we simply use the word 4 or if we simply use the word year, these are not adjectives, right? These are noun. But when we say a 4-year-old child, that means the child is a noun and 4-year-old is an adjectival phrase that describes the word noun. Same way, a long-legged animal. Now, legged individually is not an adjective, right? Long is, but legged isn't. But a long-legged animal is an adjectival phrase which is defining the noun animal. So, in the same manner, there are certain adjectives which are made up of more than one word. So they are known as adjectival phrases. A well-dressed girl. So a well girl or a dressed girl. It doesn't make any sense. But a well-dressed girl is a adjectival phrase describing the noun girl. So predicative adjectives are the adjectives that go after the verb. Milk smells rotten doesn't describe the verb, it describes milk only. But like it's the adjective for milk only, but it is describing, it goes after the verb. So milk smells rotten. Now predicative adjectives are the object of the verb. Since the verb and the object are the predicate of the sentence, we use the word predicative. So why predicative? Because the object and the verb are the predicate of the sentence. The store is too far to go on foot. So basically, the store is too far. Far is an adjective, definitely, which defines that the store is too far to go on foot. It might not be far to go on a car or a bike, but it is too far to go on a foot. So basically, this adjective, which even though it describes the noun store, it is going after the verb far to go on foot. So yes, the another way is it describes the sentence, the subject of the sentence. Like here, too far to go on foot is describing the store, that the store is too far to go on foot. The same way, it describes the subject of the sentence. For example, I hate it when our school books are boring. I hate it when our school books are boring. So I hate it is the subject when our school books are boring. So this boring is, even though it's describing the subject, is going after the verb. Now always keep in mind that the predicative adjectives are the essential information in a sentence. In fact, the goal of a sentence is usually to share this information. So basically, when we use a predicative adjective, that means that the adjective is describing something, is giving out a lot of information about the noun. So basically here, so that's what's written here, that it gives out the essential information about the noun or the subject. The next position is the post-positive position. It directly comes after a noun or a pronoun. Example, the Governor General or the Princess Royal. Now, general here is a position. It's an adjective, like the governor, the general, the senior most. Royal is an adjective. Princess, the royal princess, Princess Royal. When adjectives modifies a pronoun. Something useful, everyone present, those responsible, demonstrative. So something useful, indefinite, everyone present, indefinite, those responsible, demonstrative. All these are pronouns. We did indefinite and demonstrative pronouns, right? Found together with superlative and attributive adjectives. The shortest route possible, the best hotel available. So the post positive position of the adjectives is found together with superlative or the attributive adjectives. The shortest route, superlative, the best hotel. Again, superlative adjective will always be attributive, because like the shortest route possible. So superlative also and attributive also, because this is showing that the quality of the route is that it's shortest. Same for the hotel. Now there are some adjectives which can be used in only predicative position or only attributive position. So this is very simple. Basically it means that there are some adjectives, especially those beginning with the prefix a, can only be used in the predicative position. For example, the baby is asleep. So this will always describe the subject, and this will always be in predicate. Like we cannot say asleep is the baby. Like that is not a correct way of pronouncing the sentence. The baby is asleep. Many predicative adjective examples given are afloat, alive, awake, afraid, alone, content, aghast, ready, alight, unwell. So basically all these adjectives are used in the predicative position. Now some often predicative adjectives can have a different meaning in the attributive position. For example, growing old gracefully. I met an old friend. Old friend here means doesn't mean an aged friend, means a long established, like काफी time से, a very old पुराना friend. I was not present on that occasion. The present owner of the property. I was not present on that occasion, as in the attendance. I was not present in that occasion. And this present means the current owner. Attributive only adjectives are the adjectives emphasizing on a noun naturally comes before it. I never suspected her for a single minute. Minute, noun, minute, noun, single. Yes. I have wasted an entire day. Day, noun, entire is the adjective. Next we have are the types of adjectives and their orders. In some other way, you can also call them ordinals of adjectives. So basically, this is when we use two or more adjectives to describe a noun, in what order we'll use them. So these are the many types of adjectives: size, shape, color, quality, origin, nationality, type or class, material, your own opinion. Now putting them in order. So this is something which you have to learn. Like for example, size adjectives comes before shape adjectives, and they both come before the color adjectives. Large size, rectangle shape, blue color. Size, shape, quality and color adjectives comes before type or class, material and origin adjective. So this is pretty simple. So I won't go in depth with this. So yes, nouns used as adjectives belong to a type or class group of adjectives. These comes last in a series of adjectives. Feathery white bedroom slippers. So basically, colors generally they come in the last. Feathery white, dreadful square. So I hope all these exercises are done by you, because this was a revision chapter, and if not, then I'll probably send the PDF again. Sorry. Yes. Next we have are the comparison of adjectives. So adjectives have three forms: the positive, comparative and the superlative. At times the superlative forms, like the comparative and superlative forms, can be made by adding er and est. At times we use more and most, and few examples are there where the words completely change from positive to comparative to superlative. For example, clean, cleaner, cleanest, and narrow, narrower, narrowest, and hot, hotter, hottest, cold, colder, coldest. So these kind of examples are the ones where you add an er or est. Splendid, most splendid, most splendid, reasonable, more reasonable, most reasonable, honorable, more reasonable, more honorable, most honorable, beautiful, more, most. So these are the ones where you add more and most to make it superlative and compare. And then there are some irregular comparative and superlative forms. For example, bad, worse and worst, good, better, best, little, less, least, many, more, and many such. So a lot of rules and uses are given, which you can go through from the book, but are not very important for the course, because this is something which comes out of practice. The more you speak in English, the more you'll be able to learn where to put er and where to put more and where to change the word. So yes, so this is where we end the chapter adjectives and comparison of adjectives. This is the exercise which you have to do. This is also done. So yes, thank you so much. I'll see you in the next lecture.